All right, let's talk about a workout. But nope, not for your biceps. We're talking about your brain. Today, we're going to dive into Brian Clegg's book, Instant Brainpower, and look at a few simple hacks that can seriously level up your thinking.
Okay, let's be real for a sec. You ever have one of those moments, you walk into a room and completely forget why you're even there? Or maybe you're telling a story and the perfect word just, poof, it's gone. It really feels like your brain is just constantly buffering, trying to load the next thought.
Well, get ready for this because it's a pretty wild statistic. The book we're looking at today suggests that we might be using as little as 0.1% of our brain's total potential. I mean, just let that sink in for a minute. That's a mind-blowing amount of untapped power just sitting there, waiting to be unlocked.
So, why? Why is so much of our brain power just on standby? The book makes this really powerful point. We have this supercomputer between our ears, something like 150,000 kilometers of wiring in there. But even with all that incredible hardware, it's often seriously underworked. There's this huge overcapacity just waiting for us to tap into it.
And Brian Clegg, the author, he puts it perfectly. He says, the brain is our most important organ, yet we are given no instruction manual. Think about that. It's like someone handing you the keys to a Ferrari, but you've never had a single driving lesson. All that power, and you have no idea how to actually use it.
So what if there was an instruction manual? Well, that's exactly what Instant Brainpower is trying to be. And look, this isn't some super dense academic textbook. No way. Think of it more like a practical guide, A workout plan designed to seriously tune up your thinking.
And this brings us to the core idea of the whole book, and it's actually super simple but really powerful. You gotta treat your brain like a muscle. I mean, you wouldn't expect to get stronger by just sitting on the couch, right? Of course not. So it's time to start pumping some mental iron and give your brain the workout it's been craving.
Okay, so where do we even begin? The book's whole workout is built around 3 main pillars, and getting a handle on these is basically the key to unlocking all that potential we were talking about.
So let's break them down real quick. First up, you've got knowledge. This is all about the skills you need to find, process, and actually make sense of information in this crazy, chaotic world. Next is memory. And we're not talking about just cramming for a test. This is about using clever techniques to make things actually stick. And finally, creativity. The book defines this as the ability to break free from your normal habitual ways of thinking. It's really a full, well-rounded approach to getting mentally fit.
Okay, enough with the theory, right? How about we actually try a couple of quick exercises? Like right now, straight from the book, let's give our brains a little warm-up and see how this stuff actually works in practice.
First up, let's do a little memory workout. The book makes a really good point here. Having a great memory, it's not some magic gift you're born with. It's a skill. And that skill often comes down to using some clever tricks called mnemonics.
So, why are these tricks so crazy effective? It's actually pretty simple. A mnemonic is just a fancy word for a technique that turns stuff your brain finds super boring, like, say, a long string of numbers, into things it absolutely loves. Vivid, wild, totally unforgettable pictures. See, our brains are hardwired to pay attention to new and emotional stuff. And a really bizarre image just lights up all those pathways way, way better than a plain old number ever could.
Okay, check this out. Here's the foundation for one of the easiest mnemonic systems in the book. It's called the number rhyme trick. It's super basic. 1 rhymes with gun, 2 with shoe, 3 with tree, 4 with door, 5 with hive. You get the picture. This is basically our secret mental code.
So how do we actually use this? Okay, let's say you need to remember the number 32. Step 1, you know the rhymes, right? Tree and shoe. Step 2, create a little story. But, and this is the most important part, Step 3 is to make it absolutely extreme. Don't just picture a tree sitting next to a shoe. That's boring. The book suggests imagining a giant, bright red, angry tree storming through a mall, kicking shoes off everyone it sees. See? The more bizarre and totally over-the-top the image is, the better it's going to stick. Your brain just loves weird stuff. All right, memory muscle is all warmed up. Let's switch gears and move on to our creativity workout. The book argues that real creativity, it's all about learning how to break out of what it calls our habitual tunnel of thought.
And let's see just how stuck in that tunnel we can get. We're going to try an exercise from the book called Versatile Coat Hangers. So, real quick, what are all the things you can do with a coat hanger? Go on, think about it for a second. Okay, you're probably thinking of the usual stuff, right? You can hang clothes on it, maybe unlock a car door if you're in a bind, roast a marshmallow over a fire, or poke something that's just out of reach. These are the standard, totally expected answers.
Okay, easy enough. But now for the twist. What can't you do with a coat hanger? Think about that for a second. This is the moment where our brains start putting up these invisible walls, all based on our hidden assumptions.
And here's the trick. This exercise was never really about the coat hanger at all. It's a mental trap. It's designed to show us the invisible rules we put on ourselves, rules that can just completely shut down creativity before it even has a chance to get started.
For example, did you automatically assume the coat hanger was made of wire? That's a huge assumption. The book points out, what if the hanger is made of ice? Well, then you can drink it. In one of the author's seminars, someone said, you can't have sex with it. The author's reply? People make excellent coat hangers. Whoa. See? By challenging our own hidden rules, suddenly the possibilities become, well, pretty much limitless.
Okay, let's bring this all together now. The big takeaway from Instant Brainpower is this. Your mental capacity is not fixed. It's not some static thing that you're just stuck with for your entire life. Not at all.
And I absolutely love this metaphor from the book. The goal of these exercises isn't just to give you a cool party trick you can use once. The author says the aim is to illuminate the tunnel so that it becomes natural to walk straight through the transparent sides. It's about making creative, flexible thinking your new normal, your new default setting.
At the end of the day, the message here is so empowering. Your brain power isn't some gift you're either born with or not. It's a skill. It is something you can actively train and develop one little exercise at a time, exactly like building a muscle at the gym.
Look, what we did here today, this was just a warm-up. The real workout, that starts now, and it starts with you. So I'm going to leave you with this one question. What are you going to train first? Is it going to be your memory, your creativity, maybe your focus? The choice is all yours. Thanks for joining me on this little mental workout.